Hey everybody, this is Captain Resurrector, here with a new series on Ultima III Exodus. Now, I've already reviewed the first two Ultimas, which were games that I played forever ago. However, watch the dragon here. I love that bit. Okay, hopefully in this game there'll actually be dragons to fight, because there's always... This has been my complaint with the first two, is there's a dragon on the cover of the first game, there's a dragon on the title screen of the second game, neither of them have any dragons in the game. So maybe third time's the charm on the dragons. But anyway, this is Ultima III Exodus, which is the first one that I have not put some significant hours into before making a video about it. And I kind of decided, rather than doing a review, maybe it would be more interesting to see my more or less first experience with it. I played the first few hours of it like a while ago, didn't make it far. I might have just found Ambrosia. I don't remember if I even got to Ambrosia or not. If you don't know what that means, we'll get there. But Ultima 3 is basically kind of the OG full-fledged RPG. Ultima 1 and 2 had the full-fledged exploration part, but Ultima 3 here adds, basically combines that exploration with the party mechanics and turn-based combat of Wizardry. Not exactly the same, but a similar sort of system. And that combination of the battle system and the exploration from those two games, Ultima and Wizardry, is basically what you see in any of your standard JRPGs, your Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, that sort of thing. And this is one of the most influential video games ever made, and I still haven't played it somehow, so we're going to start that today. And before I get into the game proper, I'm going to go ahead and try and read you the intro story bit from the manual, because it's just too good not to read it, and I don't think they really give the backstory in-game. So, with the fall of Mondain and Minax, peace had flowed like molten honey around all of Caesarea. Those are the villains from the first two games. Everywhere, Lord British's subjects were happy and prosperous. A great cancer had been exorcised from the world body. The people were cleansed again, and there was much rejoicing in the towns. Even the orcs had disappeared from sight after the fall of Minax's castle, as chronicled in Ultima II. 20 years the peace lasted. 20 years is also the time needed for an infant to become a person. From the ruins of Minax's castle has come several fragments of a manuscript which hints at a dark secret. There appears to have been an unholy alliance between Mondain and his young apprentice Minax. Something had fructified from that union, but whether that something was of man, monster, or demon, the manuscript fragments were eerily silent. What had become of the hell-born prodigy? No clues existed. Time passed and the omens began to be troubled. Comets clashed across the sky and rumbles were heard deep in the ground. Then one day, in a fiery birth of molten lava, an island rose up in the middle of the ocean. None could approach it, for the heat and steam were too great. Some drunken sailors claimed to have had a glimpse of the island when the steam was momentarily blown away by a strong wind. They swore that a castle existed in the middle of that inferno, but thou knowest how reliable is the word of a drunken sailor. Then the sweet flowing rhythm of country life was shattered. Orc drums began to pulsate throughout the hills and mountains, and the horrible raids began. The outlying settlements all moved into the safety of the village fortresses. Shortly thereafter, a pirate fleet appeared suddenly, and commerce was swept from the seas. An evil power was rising in the west, and all the earth groaned to its flexing. When tales emerged that the great earth serpent had risen from its long slumber at the bottom of the ocean, people began to cry that the end of the world was at hand. Lord British sent his most trusted and talented advisor out to uncover the facts behind these wild rumors. Weeks passed, then a shattered man was found wandering in the groves outside the castle. Some terrible sight had blasted his reasoning. He just kept repeating, "From the depth of hell, he comes for vengeance." What he, she, or it was remained unclear. The spread of its evil powers, however, was very clear. Lord British sent out a call for all of the heroes of the people to rally. "That is why thou art here today. Thou heard the call and answered it. Thy task before thee is not easy. Evil walks the land openly, attacking all travelers. Thou and thy companions will need to grow stronger rapidly if thy party is to survive. Seek among the ancient paths for long-forgotten truths and powers. One possible clue as to the identity of thy nemesis has been discovered. A derelict merchant ship was recently towed into port. No crewmen were aboard, alive or dead. Everyone had vanished as if plucked by some evil force off of the boat. The only thing found was a word written in blood on the deck. Exodus." So yeah, they really set this Exodus guy up very well. And we will find out what exactly Exodus is supposed to be in due time. But, so basically, I've already organized a party. I've already set up my guys here. So we're just going to go ahead and journey. And time immediately starts passing. So I'm just going to stats here so that time doesn't pass. So we have, as our party, first up is Gordon, who is a dwarven barbarian. And so this game, unlike the first two games, the different races and classes all have real consequences. The races have different stat maximums for each of the stats, and all of the jobs, all of the classes have different abilities and such. So here we have Gordon, who is a dwarf because dwarves have very good strength and dexterity, and is a barbarian because a barbarian is a sort of combination fighter and thief. I didn't want to do a straight thief. Maybe that will be a mistake and I'll find out, but I wanted to do a thief with some extra juice in fighting, but that does mean he's not going to be as good at disarming traps and stealing things and that sort of thing. But apparently disarming traps is very important in this game, otherwise I might not have even had a thief type of character. I don't usually go for those. Olga, I decided to reuse characters from my playthroughs of Ultima 1 and 2. So Olga was my hero from 2. She was a dwarf fighter in that. Here I have made her a paladin, because paladins weren't in the first two games. You know, it's believable that she was a paladin the whole time. And basically what a paladin is it's a fighter who also knows a bit of white magic, of healing magic, and that sort of thing. Then we have Timo the Bobbit here, not Hobbit. They couldn't do a Hobbit, so this is a Bobbit. And he is a druid. Now, druids are, in Final Fantasy terms, your red mages. They get wizard magic and priest magic, but they don't get the highest level of either of them. So, sort of an all-around spellcaster, jack of all trades, master of none situation here. And finally, Sally the wizard, who was my hero from the first game. I've just kind of decided she's like a wise old lady now and is kind of leading the party, even though she's in the back because she's a wizard. And wizards are exactly what they sound like. It's the full-on attack magic party class. So, with that out of the way, let's see what's in here. Alright, so the guards just say good day. Now I'm wondering, and I'm hoping, that food does not go down. It does, very slowly, okay. Exodus lies beyond the silver snake. Why, thank you. I think I remembered that that was the case. I have to pick someone to talk every time. That's weird to me. Dupre laughs, drink up. I'm gonna try getting a drink here. I don't know how much I'm gonna use this. Okay, I don't know if they even give you hints in this game. One interesting addition you'll notice is that there's blacked out squares. You have like a fog of war thing just in normal walking around. You can only see what your characters would see. I find interesting. There's not many top-down games like that. Weapon shop. Actually, I just remembered you start with all of your stuff not readied. Alright, so everybody starts with second tier weapon and also second tier armor. Let's join gold. Can I go ahead? I think I can afford a two-hand sword. Can I get it? Can I actually equip it? Alright, so now both of my fighters have two-hand swords, which I'm kind of surprised I can just go ahead and do that so early with like my starting gold. Now the possible problem there will be food, because I do need to like immediately start getting food, like getting money for food. So rather than fully explore this area, I think I'm gonna go ahead out ho and start fighting dudes for money, because that's gonna be the first thing in any Ultima game. It's like getting to where you're not starving is your first problem. Alright, we got a dungeon over here. Now, one cool thing about this game is that you actually have a map, like a physical map came with it. It had a cloth map and it expected you, they literally tell you in the manual to put pins on the map to remember where things are. So what I'm doing is I have like a PNG of it in MS Paint and I'm gonna be doodling on it, putting little X's and O's so I know where things are. Quasi old school way of doing it. Think of it. How much gold do I have left? Did I kill myself? Got 72 gold. I don't know what kind of food that gets me, but alright. So hopefully some enemies will pop up very soon. Oh, got another town in here. I don't know if I actually want to explore it yet because I don't want to die. Okay. Alright, so here we are in battle. I don't know what all magic I have yet. Alright, so attack. Oh, I didn't ready my weapons. I don't know what all my spells are yet. Hold on. Right, readied my two-hand sword. Attack. Missed. do yet. Okay, so that's a fireball. Oh, it just skips you if your MP's too low. Alright, won that. Now let's see what this gets me. Have my barbarian search. Yay! Okay, so that was kind of rough. Let's see what's in the castle here. I don't remember exactly what Lord British does for us in this particular game. Like if he gives us help or anything. Welcome, my child. Experience more. Okay. So he does not heal us in this game. He just levels us up. So what I need to do is find where some healing is. I'm doing okay on food, but I won't be forever, you know what I mean? Now the nice thing, one nice thing, is that your magic, your MP, auto refills in this game as you walk around. So I don't have to worry about that too much. Well, here's the grocer. That will be useful at some point. Armory. I don't have money for that right now. Alright, I definitely see some locked doors I'm going to want to come back to. Like the food? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just supposed to use my own magical healing at the start. Maybe. Because I do have healing spells. One thing we have here also in this game, in addition to the manual, which is pretty detailed and has story stuff in it, and the map, which it comes with a physical map, there's also, back in the day, it came with 2 physical spell books, one for priests and one for wizards, and they actually have flowery descriptions in the spell books. They're written as if it's a relic from the game world. So we have here the Ancient Liturgy of Truth, and let's see what I have for priest spells. I'll just see what the first couple are. Know ye that the ancient liturgy of truth hath been in the care of our sect for 3,000 years. Never through the passing of each generation hath our sacred custodianship been betrayed. We now enjoin thee, guard well the secrets held within these pages. For thee they shall be an immeasurable blessing, but if they are revealed to one of the unenlightened, great harm could befall him. The proper use of the supplications contained within this manuscript will be thine aid in combating the evils of this world. The supplications herein are listed in ascending order of power. Most of them will be unusable until thou hast trod many paths and gained great wisdom. If thou devotest thy whole being to these truths, the power to perform actual miracles will be granted thee. As thou art exalted enough to be close to the One, the power even over life and death may be thine. Spoilers, we won't get that powerful because we don't have a pure priest. We will never have the best priest magic, and I'll tell you why at some point. Take heed that thou dost not use these precious gifts in a frivolous manner, but for the betterment of the order. Receive now thy blessing through the dark veil of time. Know always that within thyself truth was discovered, and that this truth forms the basis of unyielding power. The prophet Alizarkanon. Letter C is what I want. Sanctu. Thy powers for healing will be often needed. The healing of minor wounds can be accomplished with this simple supplication. Through the channel which thy selfless devotion creates in thee, truth and forces of good can act directly in this world. Merely lay thy hands upon the one who is to be healed, and his wounds will be mended beneath thy touch. In the beginning, thine ability will be limited, but with thine other powers, thy capacity to act as a healer will grow and be strengthened by experience. So, cleric spell C, does Olga even have enough to do that? On Gordon? Yeah. It used up, like, all of her magic, but... So, let's go ahead, have Timo also do that. So I have to specify cleric, and then spell C. Like that. Right. I'm going to be very slow about this at first, because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so... It looks like that's going to be our main way of healing, is just using our own magic, which does replenish very fast. We already have our max MP back. However, we want to be careful that it doesn't get outpaced by the need for food. So we're going to buy a little food. 1 gold equals 1 food. That's pretty okay. So how much do I have? Join gold to you, stats of you, 121. Now the other thing to think about here is that we also want armor, because basically the whole idea here is to get food so that we get our health back faster than we starve. And if we lose our health slower because we have better armor, then, you know, then we'll starve less. So let's see what armor. Oh, the armor's way more expensive. Okay. Armor's way more expensive. I can't even get a leather yet. Okay, so we definitely are not ready to be getting armors yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and splurge on food for now. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Am I having to, like... I think I have to individually give everyone their food. That's gonna be annoying. Alright. So we shall just go on like that for now. And basically now, the idea is to go around getting hints from everybody and mapping out the world, like finding where everything is in the game. And along the way, hopefully getting better money, some experience, and so on. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead to this other town we just found in the mountain. That looked like the entrance there. Okay. Welcome to you. All right. Search and ye shall find. Okay. So there, we're gonna be walking around blind in the woods, I guess. Hey, buddy. Know ye well thy foes. I think that's the same guy. Hard to tell. Yep, just the know ye well thy foes. Aliment? Is that supposed to be ailment? Well, that is food. So, this town of you, I'm thinking that, because I know there are items you get that show a map of an area. So what I'm probably going to want to do is come back here when I have one of those, right? Because otherwise I don't know how I'm going to find everything. Hey there. Welcome to the Circle of Light. Well, I searched and I found, I guess. I am hoping, you know, I'm just talking to everybody because I am afraid of not, you know, that I'll miss something important. So this is the Circle of Light. Do you hurt yourself on this stuff? Yep, that hurts. Oh, that hurt a lot, actually. Okay. Okay, nothing here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. But that definitely seems like an important thing to take note of, that there is a place called Circle of Light in you. Now, who knows if there'll be something else important in here, but I'm gonna go ahead out. Mysteries abound in Sosaria, and we've only just begun scratching the surface. Next time on Ultima III Exodus, we continue our tour of the towns.